Hi, I'm Shannon, owner of Pahrump Early Learning Academy, where we are more than just childcare.
Hi, I'm Monique Mitchell with KPVM Television. My children attend Pella and they love it. The curriculum they have is pretty amazing, and my children learn what they need at their level.
Not only are the children learning, they're having fun, and that's what matters.
I like Pella. They help you with your homework, and it's fun.
Give us a call today to tour our facility at 751-5335.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Golden Casino Group, where you'll always find great fun, good food, and fantastic entertainment, all at Gold Town, Lakeside, and the Pahrump Nugget.
Tonight on News 46, veterans are honored throughout the town. A forklift operator is injured in a rollover, and get ready to win monster truck tickets. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Wednesday, November 12th, 2014. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. Well, the nation celebrated our veterans and the sacrifices they have made and continue to make for our freedom. 2 public services were held yesterday, the first being at the VFW post on Homestead Road called 11-11-11 event, which is held on the 11th month, the 11th day, and the 11th hour.
On this day, Veterans Day, we are commemorating the services of all veterans in all wars. We remember how men and women set aside their civilian pursuits to serve their nation's cause, defending the freedom of man and preserving our precious American heritage. We believe our strength and on the field of battle, on the supply lines which nourish our armed might, lay in the justice of our cause against the forces of evil. We believe that our determination made us better warriors because we fought with our minds and our hearts as well as our bodies, and continue to do so today. We recognize that service to our country and her cause does not end with termination of military service. We continue our endeavors in behalf and on honorable world peace with a feeling of profound gratitude to God and to the men and women who gave their lives as their part of the cost of this noblest of causes. Out of blood and sweat, we learned of purpose, sacrifice, tolerance, bravery, and discipline. Those are solid stones upon which a great nation is built. In our continuing quest for an honorable world peace, we must cultivate these virtues.
The town of Pahrump, in conjunction with several other organizations, held a sunset service at the Veterans Memorial in Chief Tecopa Cemetery yesterday afternoon.
You may not know me the first time we meet. I'm just another you see on the street. But I am the reason you walk and breathe free. I am the reason for your liberty. I am a veteran. I work in the local factory all day. I own the restaurant just down the way. I sell you insurance. I start your IV. I've got the best looking grandkids you'll ever see. I'm your grocer, your banker, your child's school teacher. I'm your plumber, I'm your barber, I'm your family's preacher. But there's part of me that you don't know very well, but just a moment, and I've a story to tell. I'm a veteran. I joined the service while still in my teens. I traded my prom dress for camouflage greens. I'm the first in my family to do something like this. I followed my father like he followed his.
You know, I heard they've said support your troops. Many of us are Vietnam veterans, and we didn't have that gift. But we wanted to make sure that the services, the men and women that served after us, did get the honor and respect that they deserved. And we appreciate that for our veterans.
At this time, we're going to have a song by Lee Greenwood, one of my favorite songs. I'd like you to listen to the words very carefully.
If tomorrow things were gone, I've worked for all my life, and I had to start again with just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today, 'cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I'm glad we stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA.
And again, thank you to all of our veterans for your service. If you would like to view more of yesterday's events, both of the Veteran Services extended video will be placed on KPVM-TV's YouTube page. And there will be a Veterans Memorial located in Las Vegas in the not-so-distant future. Las Vegas Veterans Memorial Foundation and the state of Nevada have partnered to build a memorial on the grounds of the Grant Sawyer building just north of downtown. The memorial will feature 18 larger-than-life statues surrounded by granite memorial walls in a park-like setting. Groundbreaking is scheduled for next year with a planned opening around Memorial Day 2016. Well, one man was transported to Desert View Hospital yesterday with injuries sustained in an accident.
This accident report is brought to you by Half Price Lawyers, located on the corner of Mason and 160. Call 775-400-0000.
A single vehicle rollover accident occurred yesterday on Wall Street off of South Homestead Road. According to reports, one man who was riding on a forklift lost control of the vehicle and it overturned on a private property on the south end of town. The male received head injuries as a result of the accident. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene, as well as Nye County Sheriff's deputies, who found one male who seemed to be disoriented. He was transported to Desert View Hospital with injuries. The cause of the accident is under investigation by Nye County Sheriff's deputies. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46.
Coming up, new studies are showing what plaque in your arteries is doing to your health.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Welcome back to News 46. Well, plaque in the coronary arteries can obstruct blood flow to the heart and cause chest pains. A complete blockage can sometimes trigger a heart attack. However, many people are diagnosed with smaller amounts of plaque in their arteries. A new study examined whether these smaller blockages are also associated with an increased risk of heart attack and death.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
This is something no one wants to see: blockage of blood vessels in the heart.
If somebody's having chest pain, it generally means that they have a plaque that is blocking more than 70% of the coronary artery. So we call that obstructive coronary disease.
When patients have smaller amounts of plaque, they are diagnosed with what is known as non-obstructive coronary disease.
We were concerned that perhaps those non-obstructive plaques did have a risk for causing a heart attack down the road.
Dr. Thomas Maddox from the Denver VA Medical Center and co-authors examined angiograms of more than 37,000 U.S. veterans over a 3-year period. This procedure can detect obstruction in the coronary arteries. The researchers wanted to see whether patients with smaller blockages had heart attacks or died in the year following their angiogram.
Patients with non-obstructive disease had a 2 to 5 times higher risk of heart attack and death. We haven't been able to see that relationship before. All of these patients, regardless of whether or not they had non-obstructive or obstructive coronary disease, had a higher risk for heart attack and death over that following year compared to patients who didn't have any coronary disease at all.
Dr. Maddox says it might be time to think differently about how we categorize coronary artery disease.
Rather than simply thinking about obstructive and non-obstructive, we should probably be thinking about any coronary artery disease versus no coronary artery disease.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
And it is also important for patients and their physicians to consider preventative medications and lifestyle changes to decrease the risk of having a heart attack. Well, there will be a meeting tomorrow night with the U.S. Bureau of Land Management regarding a revised resource management plan for 3.1 million acres of public land. The public is invited to the meeting from 3 until 7 p.m. at the Bob Roode Community Center on the corner of Basin Avenue and Highway 160. The event will address a plan that will be a guide for how to manage public lands over the next 20 years for an area that includes Nye County. And a man who ran from police was taken into custody on Bryan and Elizabeth Streets. Xavier Zared was arrested and charged with several traffic violations and other drug-related offenses. He allegedly attempted to outrun police on a motorcycle on Mance Road and Pahrump Valley Boulevard. Zared was reportedly driving with no brake lights and an expired registration when deputies attempted to conduct the traffic stop. And this Saturday, November 15th, for one night only, is the Monster Trucks Night of Fire and Thrill Spectacular. The event will be held at the Pahrump Valley Speedway. The gates open at 5 p.m. and the show starts at 7 p.m. We spoke to a veteran driver who will be performing Saturday night, Darren Makes.
This is going to be fun for us because it's the first time we've ever done a show here. So it's kind of exciting for us. You know, usually we do a show in Vegas, but we never get to do one outside of Vegas. So this is going to be fun, that's for sure.
How many trucks are we expecting?
We're only going to have 3 trucks here this year. It's kind of a small track, and it's just, you know, and that's kind of how we do it. You know, it depends on how big the track is, on how many trucks we perform.
You guys were even asking for some local race car drivers or off-roading people to come and join the fun there?
Oh yeah, you know what, because those guys are what make us laugh. You know, we get to watch them guys go out there in their tough trucks and stuff, and those are usually more entertaining than we are sometimes.
Are you guys all part of one team?
No, we're 2 different teams.
So tell me how long you've been driving.
This is my 9th year of driving.
Is this your truck behind us?
This is my truck behind me. I just purchased the team in May of this year.
So tell me a little bit more about this particular truck.
You know what? It's been a lot of fun to drive. You know, the name is unique and original, and it's always kind of fun to listen to the fans. you know, and you know, you always get the one crazy question, you know, is this Larry's truck? And you know, because they think it's all part of it, but it's not. But you know what, this truck is it's been a blast to drive so far.
Because it says "Get her done" right on the side.
Yep, it sure does, and it's funny, you know, to hear people talk and when they say, you know, and it's always a, you know, we always hear good stories.
So these tires are enormous on this truck. Can you tell me how they were made?
You know what? All these tires are made for agricultural equipment, and then once they're done with them, we take them and we modify them for what we want, and we put them on our trucks.
You got a Cadillac little emblem on the front of this too as well.
You know what? I had a fan put that there one time, and it's just, I don't know if it's a good luck charm, but I've just left it there.
What's some of the things that we're going to see at the show?
You know, you'll see the monster trucks doing all different kinds of things, and then there'll be a fire truck, a jet engine fire truck, which is always pretty cool because he makes a big mess and a lot of noise. And then, you know, hopefully we can get enough locals out there to bring some tough trucks and entertain us, and there's supposed to be some motorcycles doing some jumps and stuff. And then I heard they just added some Daredevil guy to the lineup too, so it's going to be a pretty good show.
And I apologize, you actually pronounced that name, Darren McKess. And we will be giving away tickets right now to the first caller from News 46 and the first caller from KA's Country Radio. Please call 727-9400 extension 201. Please leave a message if you received a voicemail. This is for the 5 p.m. newscast only. And attention all racers, kids ages 3 to 12, adults ages 13 and up. Do you race motorcycles, quads, or tough trucks? The Monster Truck Show is looking for interested racers to come out and compete. Show what you can do. Race for a big cash prize. There's no extra admission price to race. Please call 480-772-7490. All right, folks, we'll keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you after this break.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Nathan Adelson Hospice, proud to be the hospice of choice in Pahrump for 15 years. Please call 775-751-6700 to find out how Nathan Adelson can assist you.
Welcome back to News 46. Pahrump attorney and Clark County District Attorney candidate Raymond James Jim Dunsing was convicted on 3 felony charges stemming from a roadside confrontation with Las Vegas police in 2009. A jury convicted Dunsing on charges of resisting a police officer, carrying a concealed weapon, and an unlawful possession of a firearm in connection with a traffic stop. An officer shot Dunsing 3 times when he tried to run from the Northwest Valley scene. The Pahrump attorney ran an unsuccessful bid on the Libertarian ticket this year to become Clark County's top prosecutor and head the office that pursued the criminal case against him. He lost to incumbent Steve Wolfson, who was elected with 72% of the vote. At least 11 women have died and 62 were hospitalized after undergoing sterilization surgery at a government-run mobile health clinic in India. Those killed and injured were among more than 80 women who had come to a camp for sterilization surgery in Bilspar district in the Indian state. The women were each paid 1,400 rupees or $23 to undergo the procedure. The sterilization took place on Saturday. Many of the women developed complications by Monday, with 4 different hospitals taking in patients. 4 local health department officials have been suspended in the wake of the deaths and hospitalizations. Now let's join Deanna O'Donnell with your entertainment this week.
Actress Carol Ann Susi, who was on the hit television series The Big Bang Theory, has died after a battle with cancer. She was 62 years old. Susi played the mother of Simon Helberg's character, Howard Wolowitz, in the CBS comedy. Though she never appeared on camera and was largely unseen, she routinely hollered Howard's name, making her overbearing husky voice a big part of the show. The comedy about the smart but socially awkward physicist is in its 8th season. Since Carol Ann moved to Los Angeles from New York in the 1970s, she has appeared in a variety of shows, including Cheers, Mad About You, Just Shoot Me, and Seinfeld. a member of the Sugar Hill Gang whose pioneering hit Rapper's Delight brought hip-hop to the mainstream audiences 35 years ago. He has died of complications from cancer. Big Bank Hank, whose real name was Henry Jackson, died early Tuesday in Englewood, New Jersey. The New York native was 57 years old. A beefy, boisterous presence on stage, Hank handled vocals in the early to mid portion of Rapper's Delight, which, despite its extended length, one version was more than 14 minutes long, became the first rap song to reach the top 40 on U.S. Billboard charts. The Manhattan clinic that treated comedian Joan Rivers before her death made a number of serious mistakes, including failure to identify deteriorating vital signs and providing timely intervention, according to a report released Monday. The report, issued by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services, a federal agency, did not mention Rivers by name, but referred to an 81-year-old female or patient number 1. The description of that patient and the procedures she underwent match what's known about Rivers, including her age and the date of her appointment. CMS declined to say whether the patient referenced in the report is Rivers. The famed 81-year-old entertainer died September 4th, a week after an appointment at Manhattan's Yorkville Endoscopy Clinic. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. That's your entertainment this week.
Thank you, Deanna. And Barb Johnston, a supporter for veterans, has made rag rugs to benefit the Veterans Memorial. Using the old-fashioned toothbrush rug technique, rugs are made using 1 strips of fabric. Washable, durable rugs are made in assorted sizes and colors. 76% of the sales will be donated to the local memorial. In addition, Pink Zebra Home Fragrance Home Decor will be on display, also donating 20% of all sales. There will be an event tomorrow to purchase these rugs and fragrances from 4 until 7 p.m. at Papa Willie's in the Wheeler Plaza on Highway 160. For more information, call 751-5356. Well, folks, keep it here to find out what our weather is going to be looking like in the next 7 days. Don't go anywhere.
News 46 weather is brought to you by your local dairy farmers. Dairy products are very important in maintaining a healthy body.
Hello and welcome back to News 46. Today is Wednesday, November 12th. Today we had sunny skies with a high of 71 degrees. Your average temperature at this time of year is 68 degrees. Winds were coming from the south-southwest today at 5 miles per hour with gusts up to 7 miles per hour. So we had some low winds out there. The UV index today was 3, which is moderate. Humidity was at 35% today. Sunrise was at 6:18 this morning, and the record high in 1973 was 81 degrees. Tonight we'll have mostly clear skies with a low of 45 degrees. Your average temperature around this time of year is a whole 3 degrees above that at 48 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southeast this evening at 4 miles per hour with gusts up to 6 miles per hour, so we'll have some continued low winds there. Humidity will be at 59%. Sunset will be at 4:38 this evening, and the record low in 1950 was 24 degrees. Tomorrow we'll have mostly sunny skies with a high of 72 degrees and a low of 47 degrees. Winds will be coming from the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour with gusts up to 10 miles per hour. Humidity will be at 37% tomorrow. Sunrise will be at 6:19 tomorrow morning, and the UV index will be 3, which is moderate. For our 7-day forecast, we'll have a mostly partly cloudy week, though the clouds should be clearing up on Saturday. They'll be coming back around Sunday, and again, sunny skies on Monday. Your high temperatures will be starting off in the low 70s, and they'll be dropping down into the low 60s around early next week. Your low temperatures will be starting off in the high 40s. They'll be dropping down into the mid-30s around this weekend.
Well, those 60s are definitely looking good, especially for November. Well, folks, that does it for this edition of News 46. I'm Monique Mitchell, and from everyone up here at News 46, we wish our viewers and KA's 95.9 listeners a great evening, and we'll see you here again tomorrow. Until then, good night.